Everyone should know how to make homemade biscuits, and today I'm going to show you how. Welcome to 52 Weeks of Baking. My name is Sydney if you're new here. This week is week 21, where we take on homemade biscuits. The components of biscuits are simple: flour, baking powder, baking soda, and salt. I'm going to whisk these together. Got 1 stick of butter that I have cubed, and it's been super cold in the fridge. I'm gonna take my pastry cutter and cut that butter into the flour. I just recently got back with my boyfriend from traveling to Kentucky to visit my friends and family. He had never had Cracker Barrel before. So this kind of inspired me to make homemade biscuits for you guys because everyone should know how to do it. You wanna keep cutting the butter until it's like little pea-sized pieces of butter throughout the flour. That'll help create that buttery, flaky crust. I'm gonna make a well in the center. This is where we're gonna add our buttermilk and honey, which is the only wet ingredients in this dough. For homemade biscuits, it's great to use buttermilk for the acidicness in the product itself. But if you don't have buttermilk, you can use whole milk with a little bit of lemon juice or white vinegar added. Going to add a little bit of raw honey, measure it with the heart. I'm gonna start folding the buttermilk into the flour mixture just until it all comes together. Flip this out onto the counter, and I'm gonna do kind of like a rough lamination. It'll help add those layers like if you buy canned biscuits at the store that have the flaky layers. We're gonna replicate that with the homemade version. Put a little bit of flour down so that it not get too sticky. Dough's a little stickier than I want, but we'll add the flour from the surface will help it absorb a little bit. Fold and roll, fold and roll. I'm flattening it out, want it about 3/4 of an inch thick. We'll fold it like we're folding a letter, just like if you were making croissants. It's a sore subject for me right now. Fold one side onto the other. This is a 3-inch cookie cutter. The trick with cutting out biscuits like this, you don't want to twist when you push the cookie cutter down, because that will mess up those layers you're aiming for. Just want to press straight down. As you're putting them on your pan to bake, you want to make sure they're touching. This is a good substitute for like if you're using a cast iron skillet. Since I don't have one of those, I want to replicate that here and have all the biscuits touching. I have 2 tablespoons of buttermilk that I reserved. I'm going to brush the tops of the biscuits before we bake them in the oven. Helps add that golden color to them. Chef's touch, I'm gonna crack a little bit of pink Himalayan salt on top before I throw them in the oven. For our topping, I've got some melted butter. I'm just gonna add a little bit of honey to it. Measure with the heart again. While the biscuits are still fresh out of the oven, I'm gonna brush them with this honey butter. I added a full tablespoon of baking powder to the biscuits, and you can really tell with how much they blew up in the oven. Look at these buttery, flaky crust layered biscuits. Be sure to give these a shot and let me know in the comments how they turn out for you. I'll drop the recipe in the caption below. Click that button at the top of the screen to like and subscribe so you don't miss next week's week 22.